Good morning, good afternoon, class. This is going to be a review of the simple past and the past progressive tenses. ESL Grammar 320 Folsom Lake College. And so just looking here from the examples in the book, excuse me, Hector's parents settled in California. Jessica's parents paid for her college expenses. Simple past, past progressive. Hector was working long hours. And so, how to use these tenses according to the book: use the simple past to express an action or state occurring at a general or specific time in the past. A general time: Jessica wanted to find the right person to marry. A specific time: Hector met his future wife during his senior year in college. Past progressive: use the past progressive to express an action that was in progress, not finished at a time in the past. Hector wasn't paying enough attention to me. Um, I will add that for the simple past, um, the action has been completed in the past. And with the past progressive, it can be combined. I'll try to show some examples for actions interrupting, um, uh, one action interrupting another. And so just kind of as far as the grammar rules and how to use it. So the simple past will be similar to the simple present. Okay. So that's going to be subject plus verb. I cook. And this is going to be, of course, simple present to make that past tense for positive statements, right? Um, Regular verbs, we add ed. Okay, so I cooked. And this is going to be your simple past. For a negative sentence, in the simple present, uh, I don't cook, right? If it is third person singular, she cooks, she doesn't cook. And so that is very these the key things here is for the third person singular and simple present, you add an s at the end of verbs, and then instead of don't, you use doesn't for third person singular. In the past tense, in a positive statement or an affirmative statement, all subjects are going to use ed for regular verbs. So I cooked, you cooked, he cooked, she cooked, we cooked, they cooked. All right, and these are subject pronouns, but if you are using specific nouns, the grammar rule is the same. And then say for negative, right? Instead of you still use subject plus verb. For negative statements, you same format. Instead of you, I don't cook or she doesn't cook, you're going to use didn't. So I didn't cook. She didn't cook. All subjects will follow the same format. No, notice here again, didn't for third person singular, plural. It does not matter. You use didn't, which is the contraction or short form for did not. In the negative form, there is no ed, right? So the ed is only going to be for positive statements, negative statements, as well as questions. You do not use the simple past positive form where you add an ed to it. Did you cook? Did she cook? Right? You were just going to use the base form of a verb for negative and questions in the simple past. Okay, so where the past tense gets a little tricky is there are sometimes irregular verbs. So you only use irregular verbs are only used in the positive or affirmative form. Okay, so what this means is when we have like a verb, I eat, that's going to be simple present, right? She eats, Okay, now to make this past tense, most verbs we add ed. In this case, eated is not a word. And so the way to learn, of course, irregular verbs is to study, to practice vocabulary, and to use these. And then over time repetition, you will improve your English. But I ate, she ate. Ate essentially is eaten, right? But eated is not a word. So ate is going to be the irregular form for eat, right? So I ate, she ate. And when we only use these in positive affirmative form, right? So to make an affirmation. In the negative form, we do not say, I didn't eat, she didn't eat, right? And because these are negative, we use, of course, the base form. And that's going to be the same for questions, right? Did you eat? What makes this a past tense is did, right? So did or and didn't are already past tense, right? Those are past tense words for don't, doesn't, or did, or do. And so when it's already stated that it's past tense, we do not have to repeat it again. This already confirms it is past tense. Okay, I'm kind of moving on to past progressive, right? So yes, this is for actions that started in the past that sort of continue, right? And then this is going to be subject plus be plus verb ing. To make this past tense, we change be to past, right? So I am, you are, she is, we are, they are. This is going to be present tense. To change this to past tense, past be is going to be was or were. Okay. So I was, we were, she was, we were, they were. Okay. So you, we, they, right, were. Of course, if you're not using subject pronouns, the rules are going to be the same. Mary, in this case, Mary translates to she, or right, it's third person singular. So Mary was. And then in this case, we use ing for the verb, right? So studying, cooking, sleeping, walking, any verb, and then we add ing to make the past progressive. And so this is, of course, an action that continues. You will see oftentimes in more complex statements for past progressive, this can be used for two actions happening simultaneously, or when one action interrupts the other. Okay, so in this case, past progressive plus plus simple past, or past progressive plus past progressive plus past progressive. So I was cooking, and then you'll see words like while. I was cooking while you were working. So these two actions are happening at the same time in a time of the past. For past progressive, simple past. For a short action, we're going to use a simple past, right? So I was cooking while the phone rang. Okay, so this is just a short interruption. Okay, and then in this case, the phone rang, subject plus subject, simple past is going to be subject plus verb. I was cooking is going to be the longer action. Okay, I was studying when you called. And actually, this should be when. I was cooking when the phone rang. I was studying when you called. So just a very short review. When is followed by the simple past. to make the same statement, if I want to do simple past plus past progressive, I can do that. But we use the word while. And so the same sentence, simple past comes first. The phone rang while I was cooking. Okay, and so these two sentences right here are identical. One is while and one has when. When, again, um, is followed by simple past. And to kind of just show you, there's actually 4 ways to write the same sentence. While I was cooking, the phone rang, or when the phone rang, I was cooking. And so if I want to start with when or while, past progressive, we need to use a comma. One is going to be essentially a dependent and independent clause. Putting the two together, you can do it this way. These 4 statements now are all identical meanings, okay? So the simple past combined with the past progressive, one short action interrupting an action that is continuing in the past tense. Hopefully this video is helpful. If you do have any questions, please reach out. I'm always more than happy to help you. Thank you.